What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning this video. I have something I really want to talk about, something really important. So even though I'm super energetic and it's hard to take me seriously sometimes, take me serious right now, okay? I want to talk about love, and I'm not talking about romantic love or any of that. I'm just talking about unconditional love. I think the Latin word is agape or something like that. I don't know. Either way, I'm not good with words, even in English, so don't try to test me on Latin or Greek or anything like that. So either way, I want to talk about love because it's been on my mind for the last week and a half, really intensely, and even for the last 2 months or so, that as well. I just I've been through so many things recently, either being talking to people or going to see this is gonna sound kind of weird, but going to movies, different things that I've done. They're just kind of random things, kind of keep putting this thought in my mind about love and what love is and why it's so important, especially in this broken world that we live. And for me, love is accepting people for who they are and knowing that they are different. We're all okay, ignore what I just said there. That was not the best way of saying it. So for me, love is just thinking about everybody as a unique individual, who has something amazing about them. People might think it's weird, people might think, hey, that's different or whatever, but that's what makes them awesome. That's what makes them special. That's what makes them who they are. God made all of us in his own image. He gave us all special traits, special gifts. That's one of my other favorite things, is talking about the gifts that we have as individuals, as unique people. But all these things that make up who we are, both our past, all the good things, all the bad things, all of it is a process that God has been putting us through in order to help us become who he wants us to be. Because Adam and Eve sinned way back then, and so we are naturally sinners, and so our whole life should be focused on getting back to that point, which we will never actually fully achieve except for with the help of Jesus Christ and what he did on the cross. But that's getting a little bit of besides the point. But either way, so we are all unique individuals. We all have things that some people might call us weird about, and people might say that you're different or kind of reject you or bully you about, but that doesn't matter. It's all trivial. What does it really matter? What matters is what's on inside. People ask me, I might have talked about this before, but people talk about beauty and things like that, and do I look attractive and things like that, and I'm just I don't care what you look like on the outside. What you look like on the inside is what matters most. One of the okay, you're going back to those crazy little things that happen. So I went to go see the movie Wonder, okay, on Thanksgiving with my mom and my grandmother. I don't usually cry during movies. I'm not against it, but I don't usually cry. I literally teared up at least 6 times, if not more, because that movie was all about unconditional love, and it just spoke to me. It just the fact that this little kid, this middle schooler, was teaching everybody from other middle schoolers to parents to siblings to everybody about unconditional love and what it means to love people for who they are on the inside, what makes them special, what makes them awesome, and not just oh, you look kind of funny on the face, so I'm just not gonna be nice to you and not be your friend and whatever. That doesn't matter. And I bring up that movie too because one of the quotes is it's something along the lines of where your I'm blanking on the quote now, dang it. It's something about where your heart is the map to where you will go, and your face is the map of where you have been. And so I thought that was really cool, not necessarily for the second half, but for the first half of it, is where your heart is where you will go. What you think about yourself, what you believe about yourself, what you believe to be true that God has done for you in your life, all of those things are gonna dictate where you go and who you become and that kind of thing. And the fact that just I don't know, that wasn't the best way of saying it. I'm just trying to get across the point that, I think you get the point now, but for me, it's just it's just so important to me right now. Every time I think about it, every time I hear somebody say something about not believing in themselves, or feeling they haven't accomplished something, or they didn't meet their goal, or whatever it is, I'm it doesn't matter. It's a process. You're on the way there. The fact that what's more important than anything else is where your heart lies in everything. I was talking recently with somebody about being proud of who you are, and being confident, self-confident, that kind of thing. And I think that this also is something that comes up with me all the time when I talk about the Bible in general, is that there's so many things in the Bible, there's so many things in life, there's so many things that you can either get wrong or right, or not achieve or achieve. And what it all comes down to, though, is do you believe in like what Jesus did for you on the cross? And like, is your heart in the right place? Like, there's so many things that we can fail at doing and that we cannot do right, or like whatever, and like, you know, sometimes we might get really proud of like an exam that we did really well on and stuff like that. But like, if your heart is like in the right place, like that's what matters. And like, that's also where like talking about love comes in as well, because like one of like, okay, so like the Pharisees like tested Jesus and was like, what's the greatest commandment and all that stuff, and like, again, it was love. It's talking about love. It's like, love God, but then also love your neighbor, and your neighbor is everybody, and like, it doesn't matter who they are. And so like, I have just been like, for the last week and a half, just like sitting, like thinking a lot about love, and like talking to people about like wanting to do things but not doing it because they don't feel like they can, or like having like a broken heart because of like divorce, or like just numerous things, like almost anything, like anything you think about, anything you talk about, you can like look back and like, I don't know, I just have, okay, clearly when like I'm really passionate about something, like I get a lot of thoughts and like I just completely go off the wall and like have a lot of ideas and I don't make too much sense, and it's too much to rehearse all this. But like, that's the other thing, is like, I want to be authentic. Like, I want me to be who me is, really. Like, I want to, like, I don't want to say, been thinking a lot about the word proud, but like, I don't want to be like, I just want to be confident in who I am, because God made me who I am, and I'm awesome that way because I'm being shaped into who Jesus is. And so like, for me, I just want to get across, okay, I'm just gonna have to end this because I just could just babble on forever, but like, the reason I wanted to share this video and I wanted to make this video is because I want you to understand that you are loved. No matter what you've done, no matter like what you do every day, no matter like what you look like, no matter anything that you can, any doubt that you can throw into your mind, it doesn't matter. You are loved. I love you. And more importantly than anything, God loves you and he wants to have a relationship with you. And so like, for me, I just want you guys to think about that. Just think about the unconditional love that God has for everybody, no matter who you are and what you've done. And if you ever want to talk about it, I would love to talk about it. It is my, like, one of my favorite subjects to talk about. So feel free to reach out to me. Let me know what you think. Share this video, comment. I don't know if you want to share this video. It's kind of a mess, but just think about love, and if you ever want to talk about it, know that I'm here. And feel free to reach out. But until next time, I decided to make a video because it's been a while. Yeah, just love yourself, love others, and enjoy life, because yeah, I don't know. High five, guys. See you later.